Hello, Scarlight Squad. This is my Toon deck profile. And that was a terrible Maximilian Pegasus impression. Hey guys, what's going on? Rating Snail here, bringing you my Toon deck. It's something I wanted to build for a long time. Didn't have the cards for it and just couldn't gather the funds for it. Toon Kingdom, after all, was sitting at $30 for years. But after long last, I have it built. So let's get to it. Starting off with monsters, we have the Blackstone Legend. Just play 3 of this because it gets you to your main toon, the Red Eyes Toon Dragon. You tribute this comes out. And what's nice is if this is in the grave with this, you can put this back in your hand and shuffle this into the deck. I'm trying it right now at 2. 3 is not bad, but because you can bring out a toon for free from your hand with this card, which is a soft once per turn, by the way, having multiple in hand just isn't the greatest. Unfortunately, if you banish it off Toon Kingdom, you could be screwed that way, but I just like having 2. 3, Toon Dark Magician, probably the best Toon monster in this deck. Its main ability is that you have to discard a Toon card, and you can either special summon any Toon from your deck, ignoring the conditions, or you can search any Toon spell or trap. So what I would recommend is you can use its effect, discard a Toon card, and then if you grab a spell or trap, search Toon Table. Toon Table gives you anything, so that's just awesome right there. A good target you could go to is the Dark Magician Girl. You'll see some more toons that I'll go to further on that are also good targets. But Dark Magician Girl is just the best toon monster for attacking because as soon as she hits the board, she can attack right away. Every other toon has to wait a turn. It has that summoning sickness, if you will. She's also really easy to bring out. You can just tribute any monster on the field and just special her right away. So that's really good. A good normal summon, if you need one, is 2 Mass Sorcerer. He's kind of dead first turn, and if you can't keep him alive, he really sucks. 900 attack is nothing to be proud of. But if he lasts a turn and you can start attacking directly with him, every time he does that, you can draw cards. So if you have 2 on the field and you can swing for 1800 total, you will draw one from one sorcerer and draw again from the other sorcerer. So it does come in handy, and it replenishes your hand, which is very nice in toons. 3 Cyber Dragons, Toon Cyber Dragons to be exact. This card is fantastic. It acts just like a regular Cyber Dragon, and it also will lend its level and name for when we go into our extra deck. The last Toon monster I play is Toon Barrel Dragon. Kind of the lesser known Toon monster. He's the target I usually go to with Dark Magician. And he has a nice ability where he has a soft once per turn. You can target one card on the field, and you toss a coin 3 times. And if 2 out of the 3 results are heads, you can destroy it. Doesn't cost anything, and you can just keep blowing stuff up with him. Pretty good there. And he's a 7 along with Toon Dark Magician and the Red Eyes as well. So you can go into some. Where's the Red Eyes? There it is. Some rank 7s. The other monsters we play are 2 Necroface. Necroface just help get you your banished cards back. Also 2 Ghost Ogre. Toons just have problems with dealing with cards on the board, so Ghost Ogre just helps with that. It is a tuner, so you can actually go into Scarlight, which you'll see, of course, at the very end. 2 Eater of Millions. This card is just really great to get rid of problematic stuff on the board. It literally just eats over millions of things, and you'll see in the next deck why he's just able to be used. That does it for monsters. For spells, we have to play Toon Table. Toon Table is probably the best card in the entire deck. It searches any Toon card, including itself. So it's really good for deck thinning, really good in finding what you need, and is the main card that helps us go into Toon Kingdoms. Toon Kingdom is also a great card. It essentially acts as Toon World. You just don't pay life. Instead, you banish cards from the top of your deck. And it can't protect itself, but if a Toon monster were to be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish a card from the top of your deck instead. So very good. It keeps your Toons alive, and if you can keep them alive, they can just keep poking at your opponent, and therefore their monsters just can't do anything because you're protected. and when you just poke for direct damage, it adds up really quickly. Really great for when you go into time, too. The last toon spell I play is Toon Rollback. You can search it, which is awesome. Um, and you target a toon and it can attack twice. Not just on monsters, but in general, just twice. Really good when you want to push for a game. Usually you want to target Red Eyes or Dark Magician with this, because essentially you can just poke for almost 5,000, if not 5,000. So really good there. Unfortunately, we can't search Comic Hand, but as long as you control Toon Kingdom, you can steal an opponent's monster and it becomes a toon. So you get the protection with it, and you can attack directly. Because as long as you have Toon Kingdom up in most cases, all your toon monsters can attack directly, which is really, really powerful. To Allure of Darkness, just for some draw power. This deck kind of lacks some draw power, so this card just kind of gets the job done. And if you do banish the dark monster, which you should want to do, you can get it back with Necroface. 2 instant fusion. This mainly gets out a level 5 machine that helps us go in with our Cyber Dragon into our Nova and Infinity plays. Otherwise, I do have some other cards you can go into, which you'll see in a little bit. The last card I play for the spells is 1-for-1. Being able to ditch any monster and then bring out the Blackstone Legend is just really nice. As for traps, we don't play many. There's only about 3 slots left in this deck. I like to play 40 cards in pretty much all my decks, and it's just quaking. Being able to flip down opponents' monsters and then they just sit on the board while you poke directly is just fantastic. Unfortunately, these usually get sighted out because since this is the only trap and the only card you really set, your opponent kind of knows what it is. So after game 1, it's not the greatest. But if you can get it off, it really just helps you annoy your opponent. And that does it for the deck. As for the extra deck, we do play a Big Curry Box, an actual Pegasus card, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, Saint Joan, Deep Sea Shark, and Darkfire Dragon. These are just random fusions I like playing. I just went through my shoebox of cards and just decided to throw these in here. They're the mainly cards I banish with Eater of Millions. The one card that really matters is Cybersaurus, because that is your machine target for instant fusion. Otherwise, you can bring out Darkfire or Deep Sea Shark, but Cybersaurus lets you make Nova with your Toon Cyber Dragon, and of course, Nova lets you go into Infinity. What's also really nice is, since you have Cyber Dragon, you can also play Mega Fleet. Mega Fleet not only can eat up the Toon Dragon or Infinity if it's dead, which hopefully Infinity never will be, because, it's infinite. But it also can use a monster in the extra monster zone. So it gets rid of space, which really hurt toons, but with Master Rule 5 coming in April, that might not be such an issue. But it's also good because it just uses your opponent's monsters too. So that's just really, really nice. One big eye for the rank 7 plays. Just stealing monsters is really good. If you really want to push for a game even more and just do more damage, Flare Metal is never a bad option. 1 Phoenix for the links, and also 1 Cross Sheep. Phoenix is just really nice for back row removal. This deck has good monster protection, but back row not so much. I'm trying out Cross Sheep just because you have Xyz's fusions to play into. Just trying this card out. And last but not least, 1 Scarlight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until then, stay out of the Shadow Realm, and well, until then, see ya.